Hi, everybody.
Hi, good evening.
Um, as many of you probably know, we're doing things a little bit differently tonight. Very tragically, over the weekend, somebody set fire to WonderHarbour, and it's been a lot for everybody. And we've been in talks with the owner of WonderHarbour, and we have him here today. So we're going to bring him up, and we'll all have a chat about what's happening next.
Yep.
Hey, Vince.
Hi, Vince.
Hey guys, how's it going?
It's
We're how's it going with you?
Yeah.
Doing well, doing well. Like I said, we're getting by with a little help from our friends, and certainly Variant Edition has been incredibly helpful. So thank you so much, guys, and thanks for having me on.
Well, of course. We just we wanted to talk with everybody about sort of what's happening now and what's happening next, and touch base with you and see how you're doing and all that kind of stuff. You'll probably see some messages on the screen as well, and we'll pop up any questions that people might have as well.
Yeah. That last one was Jonathan Mallet from Hyperspace Comics in Spruce Grove.
Yeah.
Hey, good to see you.
When we talked with them earlier today, they sent their condolences as well, and yeah.
They did reach out to me as well, and I certainly appreciate it. You know, we've received a lot of well wishes, offers of help, people saying I don't have anything but a strong back, or I don't have anything but I can share your GoFundMe. Some people have reached out in extraordinary ways. And then I can think of two people that I'm looking at right now who have reached out in possibly the greatest way that I think could happen in this scenario. We're pretty devastated by what happened, obviously.
Yeah.
I don't know, maybe I'll tell the story of what happened to your listeners, and they can understand
absolutely.
the offenses, how they've unfolded.
Yeah.
A week ago, or a week and 2 days ago, the space that's just north of WonderHarbour, but in the WonderHarbour building, got hit by an arson, or an alleged arson. They didn't know for sure, but someone broke into the empty space that was under construction and set fire to the electrical panel. The investigator, the Edmonton police investigator who's the lead on this case, she said that it was suspected arson, but not quite sure. Fortunately, after 4 days of hard work and the staff cleaning away and wiping everything down and getting rid of that tinge of smoke, there was no damage to the store itself, but we did lose power throughout the building. And the staff worked really, really hard, and we got the power back up and running. And we were open on Friday and Saturday, and it felt like things were moving forward. We had staff members from Grand Prairie who were just signed a lease to move down to Edmonton to help on the gaming side of things, as well as a kitchen manager. And so Andrew Foley, the manager of WonderHarbour, and longtime employee of Happy Harbor Comics as well, he was going to get some well-deserved support. He's been really kicking butt on his own with, of course, the team of WonderHarbour. But now we were ready to launch games, events, the food, cafe, poutine. And then Saturday night, I was resting on my laurels, maybe, or I was surfing the internet, and I got a phone call from my security company at 2 a.m. I was browsing for cool old comics, trying to finish up my Silver Surfer from the 70s. And they said, is one of your employees in the store? We've got an alarm going. Maybe they didn't put in their code. Do you mind checking the live feed? So I switched over to the live feed app on my phone. And for half a second, the store looked normal. And then literally an instant engulfing of flames, 6 feet tall, from the left side of the screen to the right side of the screen. Everything that looked like the till area and where the children's section and all that was just lit up in flames. And I screamed out loud. I said, holy fuck. There's a fire. And the professional on the other line knew exactly what to do. And she said, hold the line 1 quick second. I'm going to call 911 and get fire dispatched. We have your GPS location. We'll get them there immediately. I'll be right back. And so while I was waiting, it was only a couple of short minutes, I went into the saved camera feed of what the alarm was just a minute and a half earlier. And someone broke in to the store through the broken window already that was boarded up. And they came in really quick, with a purpose, with a huge can of gasoline. And they poured it all over the pull files, all over the counter area and the till. You could see them splashing it up the wall, where we kept our magic singles and Pokemon cards. And then they went off camera and you could hear the splashing. And then a huge ignition and the store lit up. Then that person took off, kind of choosing a weird path, as the investigators said, like they were trying to avoid street cameras because they kept to the till area and basically went right through the fire, which was really weird. But they were wearing a blue oil field fire retardant jacket, toque, face mask, gloves. They were slight build, and it was definitely a man. We heard their voice. They were talking, and maybe there was someone else that they were talking to, or maybe they were screaming out to themselves and kind of, expletives to themselves. But they were in the store a total of 2 minutes.
Oh
and
my
they
God.
were out. Yeah. And the devastation and the carnage is total. There might be one or two statues behind glass that weren't damaged. But other than that, it's pretty complete.
I can't imagine what it was like to see that. I mean, I'm so thankful that for cameras and security systems, but
And the Edmonton Fire Department was there within 10 minutes, and they had the fire put out within 30 minutes. This is incredible because if you know the location of WonderHarbour, we were right by Grant McEwen, right across the street from a condo complex that has 200 people living in it. And I can only imagine it's a wood framed building. And so had that gone up, it could have easily have spread, and the devastation could have been cataclysmic.
Yeah.
People's lives could have been destroyed or even taken, right? It was 2 a.m. in the morning, so most people would have been home and asleep. And I'm just happy that I answered that phone call, because had I not, it would have taken the entire building.
Yeah.
And who knows how far it could have gone.
No, that's it was a lot when I heard it the first time, and I can't imagine that it gets any easier to recount.
Well, I hate to say it, but I looked at that video footage 100 times. It gets saved in 30-second chunks, so it can be as high resolution as possible.
Yeah.
And so there's really good sound quality, really good visuals. They know how tall the person is, how much approximately they would weigh, that sort of stuff.
Good.
They can even zoom in and see skin tone and things like that. And also their movement pattern. They were obviously fit and agile because of the way they moved around the store.
Yeah.
And I've watched it too many times now. It's in my brain, and I keep kind of replaying that, oh my God, the store's on fire moment, where for 30 seconds I'm almost grabbing my keys and driving from Grand Prairie to Edmonton, thinking in some foolish way that in 4.5 hours I could travel through time and stop it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It needs to be said, the Edmonton Police Department and the Edmonton Fire Department have been phenomenal. They've been working with me and with the staff, and they're really they're consummate professionals. They understand the gravity that this could have been. They take arson very seriously. This wasn't a dumpster, being set on fire.
No.
This could have been much worse. We have natural gas lines in the building. We have electrical in the building. There's so many different ways this could have gone. And thankfully, we had mostly built the infrastructure for our kitchen. So there was, that fireproof barrier that you are required to build by law for a kitchen, because kitchens can go up. And so thankfully, most of the product that was doused in gasoline was up against a 3-hour fire rated kitchen wall. So I don't know that the arson knew that, but the Edmonton police are really digging in deep, and there's not too many details that I can share, but they definitely have leads, and they've used an awful lot of resources from cell phone triangulation and street cameras. Grant McEwen, there's so many cameras in that area, thank God, that they can track the person on foot. So that's as much as I can divulge on that front, other than the general description of the person, wearing a blue oil field jacket with high visibility stripes. That was fire retardant. So they were obviously going in there equipped to be in a fire. They knew what they were doing in one way. If they wanted to cause as much damage to WonderHarbour, they did a great job. But the Edmonton Police and the Edmonton Fire Department they're very suspicious, and they think that there might be more damage to the building over the next couple of weeks. So they're keeping a close eye out. So, and for any people who want to go by and have a look, please be extra careful. Although it's deemed structurally sound and safe, some of the areas I would hate for someone to look against a window, and because of the heat, the structural integrities collapses or anything like that. The last thing I want is anyone to get hurt. If you do go to have a look at the carnage and kind of marvel at the devastation, I wouldn't fault you for it. I know that when I come to town, I'm going to do the same thing. But please do take care, and take care of yourself.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Well, shortly after the news was made public, we reached out just for literally anything. I think it was like anything for the business, anything personally, just whatever you might need. And
you even said, do you need food, Vince? Like, how can we help? We see how much this has impacted you.
Yeah, I know when we're under times of stress, we often forget to eat. So I wanted to put that out there, that we're not just helping in a store capacity. We can literally bring you food.
Well, and in the end, people need to know just how many people have reached out from all across the globe, like from Iceland and Paris and Montreal and Australia and all across the United States. Our viewers on our Instagram show have reached out, and the GoFundMe has been really helpful. When I set up the GoFundMe, someone had just made a comment saying, how is there a GoFundMe? How can we help? Whatever way it was. And to be honest with you, I hadn't even thought of it. And then secondly, now that we're in the process, we realize that there's going to be an awful lot just in the cleaning of the space to get it back to the way that we have to give it to our landlord. I have too much experience with insurance, unfortunately. 5 years ago, the store in Grand Prairie was hit with a flash flood, as long as in a lot of other businesses in downtown Grand Prairie. Unfortunately, when you live in the prairie, there isn't anywhere for the water to go but into the buildings and in their basements. And we were closed for 10 months. That was very hard. It was when we only had one store, but the team and my family, we girded our loins, and we looked at each other in the eye, and we realized what we were doing and what we were rebuilding for. But this is a criminal investigation. And so I know for a fact that insurance won't take 8 or 10 months. This is probably going to be a very deep process, and probably the insurance company won't do anything until someone's been arrested. To be honest with you, that's really kind of the thing that I'm hoping for right now is, how can I help Edmonton Police and Fire? How can I do that? And they've been so helpful. And as crazy and as catastrophic as this has been emotionally, I really want to thank you guys from the bottom of my heart, because the number one concern that I have is for the team at WonderHarbour, for Rufus, which we've made arrangements for.
Oh, good.
So thank you that Rufus was not there that night.
Oh my God. That first failed arson attempt is maybe the saving grace. It saved his life for sure. Thank God they weren't very good the first time they tried, because we got Rufus out of there into the Edmonton Reptile Rescue Society.
Yeah.
And the last concern, of course, and why we all do this, why you guys do this, why we do this, why other store owners do this, is for the community. And I know a lot of people have files with us, and a lot of people get their books with us and come and shop and exchange their stories with Foley and the team. And I don't know if this is an appropriate segue to talk about what we're planning next, but
no, that's okay. We've talked a lot in the last couple of days, and we want folks to know that there will still be a community. They will still be taken care of.
Yeah, absolutely.
It'll just look different.
It will look different. And so I urge anyone who's not watched this show before, or who isn't a regular customer of Variant Edition, they've gone above and beyond, and they've created a space where those shipments that have been sent to us that we've already paid for, they're en route. But I have a smoldering husk of a building and no place for my store manager, Andrew Foley, to get you the books that you've already ordered. And Variant Edition has stepped up in a big, big way. And so I can't think of a greater gesture than what you guys have done. You're basically stepping up to the plate to help transition. We're all aware of what happens in the comic book market when your favorite book that you've been picking up off the shelf but not in your profile, all of a sudden a new character gets released, and next thing you know, you've got to pay $25 to continue reading Black Panther or whatever it might be. As a more recent example, I guess. And so Variant Edition is going to help all the Harborites who've been getting their profiles with us. You'll be able to deal with Foley, store manager, and he'll be able to help you guys get your books right there at Variant Edition.
Yeah, and what we're doing specifically for all of the shipments still incoming that WonderHarbour has paid for, those books are going into files. We're also because we know that a lot of this stuff was especially the things that came in with Diamond today, because Diamond did arrive. The other ones I believe are going to be around tomorrow, and we'll kind of tackle that when we get there. Anything that we sell from that is going directly back to WonderHarbour, including we're going to put out a table of the reorders, and anything that somebody wants to get, we're going to make sure that money gets to you folks. 100%.
I can't believe that. For those of you watching, I don't know if you understand how incredible that is, right? From the bottom of my heart, thank you guys. The truth is, without the friendship that we've built over the years, and without the laughs and complaints about the industry and ways that we think that we can solve the comic book world, and without you and Foley, tackling the world's problems once a year, making sure that you've figured out how to turn the comic book industry into the comic book community, it would be really hard, because we wouldn't have a way to move thousands of dollars of product that we've already paid for.
Yeah, exactly.
That we couldn't get to people who would want to read them. We have a store in Grand Prairie and we have a store in Prince George, but WonderHarbour was the largest comic store in Canada. And the two stores, although they could take the product, it wouldn't get to the people who ordered it.
It'd be a hell of a commute.
It's a really long commute. That's one hell of a delivery route, right?
Yeah.
I don't think the Grand Prairie bus goes all through Edmonton.
Yeah.
So thank you guys.
No problem.
Yeah,
You know,
we're doing what we can to facilitate a continuation, you know, because new weekly comics are really, really important to a lot of folks, and having a comfortable, happy, safe space to come and pick those up is also important. So we didn't want to leave them out in the proverbial cold, basically. And so we just you know, we do have a smaller store than you. But we will fill it with love and books.
Absolutely.
You know, it's honestly, it doesn't matter how big the store is. It matters how big the heart is, right? And as you can see from everyone making the comments, I mean, there's a reason why people are in love with you, and there's a reason why you guys are the best comic store in Canada, right?
We did win an award.
It's not. What's that?
We did win that award.
Yeah.
Yeah, right. And it's not because your copy of Batman 103 is better than that guy's copy of Batman 103, right? It really has to do with the people behind the counter, and you attract the right people on the other side of the counter.
Yeah.
And you build your community.
Yeah.
And you trust people, and you build relationships with them, and you talk about the latest animated show that's hit, you know, your favorite streaming service, and you talk about the movie and the Easter egg at the end, and you talk about the awesome graphic novel that just got reprinted that we haven't seen in a decade. You know, there's so much joy in sharing our geekdom with each other.
Yeah.
And I want to say you guys are two of the best in the world.
Really we don't take compliments very well, but thank you.
Unfortunately, I dish them out, you know, yes. But I only do it when, you know, the arrow is true and I'm going to hit a bullseye. And I mean that from the bottom of my heart. You guys are phenomenal. And so I have a 7-year-old and a 9-year-old boy. And when I told them about this fire, of course, they were devastated. You know, they love traveling to the store. They love seeing Rufus. They love talking to the staff and looking at the kids section. And, you know, to them, WonderHarbour and the wave pool and the Mutart and all of the reasons why we go to Edmonton, as you know, the you know, denizens of the North. We had a long talk about what happens, and I don't know that I've ever expressed this to you guys, but when you tell your young children that a person made the decision to go into something that they love and burn it to the ground, the scale balances when you tell them that there are two people who, depending on which comic store you talk to, are supposed to be your mortal enemies in your competition, are actually people that care about you and want to help. That was huge. And that conversation I had with my boys and my wife was just as important as the conversation that we had about the fire. You know, there are equal and even more powerful actions of love that can absolutely eclipse hate, jealousy, you know, greed, and really my eternal thanks to you guys. Really, the first message I opened was, "Oh my God, how can we help? Mm-hmm. Do you need strong backs? Do you need a place for what help? And and you guys have really helped. Thank you so much from me and from my family and from all the team at WonderHarbour.
We are so grateful you're in the community, Vince. You have brought such a high spirit, and it's inspiring, really.
Yeah.
You know, a lot of communities and comic stores can be, you know, this is my competition, this is my mortal enemy, you know, like we're all in this together. There could be a million comic stores and we'd still all be sharing so many, you know, like there's a lot of people that shop at more than one store in Edmonton. There's
Absolutely.
a lot of people that shop at all of them,
and they should, honestly,
that's
because
the ideal.
we all have different flavors, and that's one of the best parts about Edmonton.
Yeah,
absolutely. I mean, I bought a graphic novel from you guys only a couple of weeks ago because all of my stores were out, and I needed a copy of Mouse real bad as a strong protest against the bans in the United States. I needed my copy of Mouse as a gift for a friend. And the amazing thing is, I think both of our stores attract the kind of people that can walk into different stores, appreciate them, find a gem that they haven't seen in a while, or find a book that was sold out somewhere else, or find a collection that got brought in, or most importantly, find a conversation that makes the week worth sludging through.
Absolutely.
Right? Not everyone gets to sell comic books for a living. We're really fortunate. And for so many people, we're the highlight of their week, their month. And that's a real treat. That's amazing.
It is.
I find that, and like you were talking about, like the insurance stuff, we built the store and we're focusing our lives on community resiliency.
Yeah.
Because the world is hard, and the further you get away from something immediate with the people around you, the longer things take to help. And so the fastest, best motion is always going to be in the people that you surround yourself with. And we're honored that you choose to surround yourself with us. It makes us feel really great.
With big hugs.
Yeah.
Oh yes, you're definitely getting a big hug next time I see you in person.
Absolutely.
Oh my God. A jar of pickles, lots of tears, some laughter, some high fives.
If anybody knows where to find pickled cheese, let us know.
My God.
This has been a thing.
I'm a French Canadian, and somehow I grew up eating pickled cheese way more than I should have, because no one else outside of my little corner of Quebec, not even in Montreal, knows what pickled cheese is. And it's a delight. And if you ever find it, oh my God, chow down. But if your toes curl, that's just a positive side effect.
I love it. Yeah. Well, so in terms of, this is a very hard pivot. In terms of files,
yes,
we have access to everyone. Everyone's file information who have had their files at WonderHarbour. We realize that, and we don't say this in like a self-deprecating way, it's just a matter of fact. WonderHarbour was your first choice, and we understand if we're not the place that you want to have your file, and that is more than okay if that is the case. What we are trying to do is facilitate an easy transition if you want to have your stuff from us, or if you would like to move your stuff elsewhere, and we can get that information to where it needs to go. And more than glad to help you do that. And like we said, in the meantime, with the shipments that are coming in, every penny of those sold are going directly back to WonderHarbour for to keep you folks building your community.
Yeah. So throughout the month, or pretty much as soon as possible, we are going to start calling all WonderHarbour file customers directly, so we can talk to you. And if you have any concerns, any questions about us, or if you just want to get your file information, that's fine. This is an open invitation, but we know that, like we said before, there are a lot of flavors in the city, and if you decide to move your file somewhere else, that's a-okay.
Yeah.
We just want to be able to pass along that information to you. So like I said, we'll be contacting everyone directly.
Can you guys hear me?
Yes, we can now.
Yeah.
Yeah, you went dark there for a little bit.
Yeah. You're good now.
Can you hear us?
Oh
no.
Okay. He'll come back.
We'll get him back when we can get him back here.
Yeah. So a lot of the past 48 hours was get to Wednesday. That was the goal.
Yeah.
Once Wednesday is passed, we can make longer term plans. Because Wednesday is so important in the comics industry, that was the goal. But what you need to know physically for tomorrow,
we have the diamond product.
yes.
Other product is en route.
Yeah.
And
we're gonna figure that out when it arrives.
Absolutely. And anything not currently on someone's file, definitely let us know what you're looking for, and we will be doing our best to track everything down, including stuff that you might have lost before you had a chance to get it.
Of course. Andrew will be, I believe, at the harbor location, directing anybody who perhaps doesn't know for a bit, but then he will be at the store later.
Yeah, this was a suggestion from Andrew. He wanted to be at the old location to help people at the start of the day.
Yeah.
Can you hear us, Vince?
I can. Sorry, I had technical difficulties.
No problem.
Not a problem. I understand. I think that's mostly it.
At least from our stuff, yeah.
At least, from us. Obviously, if anybody has questions, please email us comics@variantedmonton.com. Phone us 780-452-9886. All our social media is Variant Edmonton, so we can pretty much be found anywhere. Any questions at this point? Obviously, I know you have a lot. We will answer them the best we can. And if it's something we can't answer, we'll pass it along to Vince or Andrew.
Yeah.
I would love to just add this. For those of you who have had your files with WonderHarbour, we're very fortunate that a lot of our data was stored off-site. So the fire did not claim it. That's why we have your files. We know what you're pulling. We know what you special ordered. It was a really important decision what we do with that. And the top of my mind is making sure that one of the greatest joys of having a store in Edmonton was working with Andrew Foley. I absolutely love his mind. The man knows comic books inside and out. And if you loved WonderHarbour, and if you found some joy in having your file with us or having the way we cared for it, know that we're trusting Variant Edition with this. And we would like you to give them a shot. Please give them a try, because supporting Variant Edition is supporting WonderHarbour right now. And the best that you can do is pick up your books with them, have conversations with them, scratch your head and say, oh my God, this is crazy. I can't believe this happened. But then realize that the people that you're talking to are people who reached out when others looked to try and take advantage, or I'm sure some are at home snickering. They came with hearts open. And if we're willing to give them a chance, and Foley's willing to pull his ship alongside theirs, I would really love for you to give them a shot. It would be fantastic, and it would really warm my heart.
I don't mean this in any dismissive way, and Foley I talked a bunch today. He is coming on staff full time with us, and I like to think we got custody of Andrew.
We are. I was gonna say so lucky that no one's lucky in this situation. Yeah. I don't want to put that lightly, but no. Andrew is a treasure. Obviously, keeping his expertise in the comics industry is so vital.
Oh my God.
A curmudgeon-y treasure.
Yeah.
Is this charm?
Yes. He will add a new flavor to the store, which I will love.
Absolutely.
But yeah, I like that we had kind of our power team, and now we're uniting it. After a bad situation, we're all uniting.
Yeah, because a lot of people didn't know, because of how a lot of the Edmonton comics industry is perceived for both real and unreal reasons. We've actually been working together for years, helping each other out with missing books, with different things here and there, just making sure that the community first and foremost is being served. And so it's extreme circumstances and it requires extreme action. And that's kind of a little bit of what we're doing here.
Yeah.
It needs to be said that one of the first conversations I had with Foley when I bought Happy Harbor, he said, "So who do you know in the community?" And I said, "Well, you guys for sure. But I didn't know you that well. And I've got to know you over the years better. But when I told him what I thought of you guys, he went, oh good. Like, oh, good. Because he loved you guys. He loved your store. He had so much respect for you. And I could see the stress melt away from him at the thought that we were not going to create an adversarial environment. And quite the opposite. Like you said, for years, we've been helping each other with shipments, with missing books, with how does this retailer work? How is your website working? You know, is that point of sale working for you? And that knowledge goes a long way to making both stores better. And it really is a phenomenal thing when you think about it, to be able to look down the street, not so many blocks, and to say, there's two people who are doing it right. And there are two people that I love working with. And I'm really happy that we can do this passing of the torch. For those people there who would say, well, I want to save my file for when WonderHarbour comes back, I'm very certain that insurance will take months and months and months. I want to build back. I want to build a store in Edmonton. I love the community, but I am also being really realistic. And it would be very self-serving of me to say, no, just hold on. We'll mail your books, or we'll struggle through this, or that's not the way to do this. The way to do this is to look after the community. The way to do this is to set the example for the other stores, because other stores have gone through trials and tribulations before, closed, moved, consolidated, and they found themselves alone at the end.
Yeah.
And here we are building something stronger and better, even in tragedy. It's beautiful.
Thank you.
You guys are beautiful.
You're beautiful. Oh my God. I'm just lightly crying constantly now. That's fine.
Well, I had a tear when I was telling my boys about you guys. And like I said, it really means something as a father to be able to say that here's one person who's not caring about the potential destruction to lives and livelihood and community, but literally we've doubled up with saying here's two people that are filled with love and trying to brainstorm a way forward, create opportunity, take care of as many people as we can possibly take care of, and march forward like a phoenix from the ashes.
Thank you so much. And please know, if and when you ever do decide to come back to Edmonton with a store, we're more than happy to for any files who to re-experience WonderHarbour and or whatever comes next. We're always very chill about this kind of thing. It's all about building a community, and like we said, we all have different flavors, and we're happy to be someone's second choice, if that's weird to say.
I'm good with that.
You know,
they're still thinking about us.
Exactly. Right.
It's still thinking about us.
All part of the larger community. So
yeah.
Well, from the bottom of my heart, and from everyone at WonderHarbour, and from my family, thank you so much. And the truth is this is the impact of this is rippling out to the staff in Grand Prairie and Prince George as well. You know, this could be the kind of event that would also make them lose their jobs and really impact them in a negative way. So honestly, my first concern is to try and preserve as many people's livelihoods as possible to make sure that Rufus is safe. And really, you guys are helping lessen what could have been a really tumultuous storm.
Doing our best.
Yeah, we're trying, and honestly, that's why we wanted to.
Yeah.
At the very least, I know the thing that we proposed is like, do you need a place to have your shipments?
Do you need a place to come in and get a hug on your next trip to Edmonton? And the answer is yes, but I'll only do it if I get 2 hugs.
Okay.
From each of us? Okay.
Yeah, it's a deal. Okay, that's 4. That's great. That's great.
You can save one for later. Just keep it like a snack.
Yeah.
That's right. That's why I have the pocket.
Yeah. Okay.
Well,
so we should let him go for the night?
Yeah.
You can hang out with your cool sons.
Yeah, I'm going to go do bath time with the boys and make sure they scrub behind their ears.
Well,
and to everyone. Sorry.
Let them know they always have a place with us. You know, hopefully I'll get that coloring desk back out again and get them some Spider-Man comics or something about
some
dinosaurs.
Cool books, you know, whatever.
Yeah, they love them all. They love them all. In fact,
I've seen you share some. I've seen you share some stuff about the movie. It's really cool.
Zenith loves Spider-Man Noir. Like that's his deal. He's Spider-Man Noir, and because he's like, no, he's cool. He's got a fedora, Dad. Like,
I love that. I love that a lot.
Awesome. If that's the only reason to like him as your favorite Spider-Man, that's good enough for me.
Exactly right.
Yeah.
Awesome. Well, you guys have a wonderful night. And
you too.
Thank you for all the community support from everybody. Thank you so much for supporting Variant Edition and Andrew Foley in this transition. Thank you so much for being the reason why we all do this.
Well, thank you. And thank you for your time as well. We love you too.
Love you.
No, love you guys. Have a great night.
Bye.
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 Okay.
All right.
So as I said before, if anybody has any questions, please let us know. There's a lot of moving pieces right now, and we understand that. We were stressed out. Well, probably we'll still be stressed. Whatever. We'll all get through it. We'll all get through it together.
I know, and a lot of it too is just like, so today actually went pretty well, all things considered. Foley was on the case, tracking down shipments, managed to grab the diamond shipment. We processed, he processed all of that, made sure everyone had files in places. And so we have all of that set aside. Now, what we're going to do tomorrow specifically and going forward with the WonderHarbour product is it's going to be rung through in a separate transaction with everything on a separate little point of sale system.
Yeah.
So we'll keep that going, and that way we know exactly what's happening, what's being sold, and can get that money directly to them as
soon as possible. Really,
pretty much, probably next day when we go over the numbers.
Yeah. Many much e-transfers.
Indeed.
But it's the lifeblood of a small business. It's having constant influx of money. It's make or break for most small businesses. There's probably like 2% of small businesses that are just like, I'm chill, it's fine.
Yeah. Foley is here.
Hey.
Foley, you missed all of the nice things about you, which is probably you were happy to miss.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I guess tomorrow will go as normal, except not at all. That's pretty much how tomorrow is going to go. And then going forward, we'll roll out with some more details about, what Andrew will be doing and what we'll be doing. And
because we're all actually still figuring that out.
yeah, we do not have this figured out. We can pretend, but I don't want to. But that's a part of this whole situation we can take on, and because it's so much bigger than that, but this is the part that we can focus on. This is the part we can help with. Yeah, sorry.
Yep. No, it's a lot. Kingsley, what is GFM?
Oh, GoFundMe. I don't know. That is
I believe it is just ongoing currently.
Yes.
I didn't see a time limit on it.
I didn't either, actually. We'll be posting. Actually, I'll post the link after the show if that's okay with everybody.
Well, I know Austin has posted the link in Facebook, at least in comments.
Right. Yes.
Possibly Twitch as well. But I'm not sure what the dots meant.
That's fair, right? That
and it could mean we need to moderate it.
Yeah.
But right. I don't know how to Twitch proper.
That's okay. We're over 30. It's fine. We're not supposed to.
Well, that weirdly brings us to what we usually do here every Tuesday, which is talk about all of the new comics releases that are coming out tomorrow.
Yes. So if anybody just tuned in for the update and you're like, okay, I don't need this anymore, it's okay. It's fine. We understand. But if you do want to see what's coming out tomorrow, it's a small pile, but it's okay.
Thank you.
Heavens, it was a fifth Wednesday, which is usually a lower week. So it's a bit thank you. That's like the first thing I forget is how to take care of myself.
Yeah, Danica was saying today that's probably why I developed a cough.
Yeah. Oh yeah. For
those... good.
Oh my gosh, you're the best. Thank you. Aw. Yeah, so minor update, I guess, for me. For those who don't know, I had day surgery last week and was not planning to come into work until at least Friday. So I'm gonna be at work tomorrow. Now I'm mostly I'm pain free, but I find my energy levels are much less. So just be gentle with me. I might get real tired. But I'm healing well, so that's good. I don't even know. Just that's just another layer on the cake. That is March.
And your parents are moving.
Well, yeah, that's I'm good with that. I'm distracted by literally everything else right now, and I still have them for an extra week, so I'm happy. My mom has to stay. She has an appointment on the 4th, so I get them for another week.
We're gonna take them to a fancy French restaurant.
Yes, we're gonna take them to Chartier in Beaumont because I want to send them off in the best way.
That sounds good.
Yeah, we're gonna eat very well.
So yeah.
All right. So very fun. Everything is just blah, and everything is good and everything is bad. Yep, I think that about sums it up. I don't know how to feel anymore.
Well, let's talk about our feelings about these new releases.
Nice. Finger guns. Anyway, I'm so sorry for everyone who stuck around. Yay! Yeah, I thought they deserved a good treat. You know, a little Chartier for a treat.
Saturday.
It is the Saturday, yeah.
Cool.
I've made reservations. It is a place that you have to reserve because you're fancy. Ooh. Yeah. All right, let's talk about comics. I'm so sorry. I don't think we're gonna do this in 10 minutes, but you never know. We could still just hit an hour.
Lightning round. Oh. Nope, that's the wrong one.
That wasn't lightning. Okay. I'm sorry. Okay. So it is the 25th anniversary of,
which can't be true, but
the start of Buffy. Yeah, we are all old. We are all over 25 now.
LOL. So this bad boy has a bunch of fresh stories celebrating the character, including a story from Sarah Gailey, who is taking over the Buffy the Vampire comic book series.
I do love her
so
stuff.
You want to check that out. She's
done some Doctor Who, right?
I think so. She did Eat the Rich.
She did do Eat the Rich. So Eat the Rich with vampires. I'm just going to pretend it's not. Oh, yeah, no, of the series. I'm so sorry. It's not the movie. Also, Austin is the best. And Andrew Knack is amazing. He is a fellow nerd and he is a sweet, sweet man. So I think he's really cool.
Yeah, our store is in his district.
Yes.
We are sadly not.
Yeah, I was actually sad. I was like, I can't vote for you, but the store's there.
And I get to deal with them from time to time as the chair of the business district.
It's fun. All right, tell me about Shadow War.
So Joshua Williamson has been writing Batman, has been writing Robin, has been writing Deathstroke. Now they're all going to smash.
No spit takes for you, sir.
So this is at its core more of a Robin story, although it's got a lot of good Batman stuff in it. Apparently, there's a murder and things are happening real quick with these characters. If you like any of the Ra's al Ghul mythos, this is a big step in a lot of that. And there's going to be a lot of wild action. Apparently, pieces of this are going to be building towards Dark Crisis. So if you are the type of DC person that likes to know what's happening with the big events, this is going to be something that you'll be interested in.
Yes. You have to talk about Astro City. Right?
I'm going to talk about Astro City a couple times today, but we're going to do this up top.
Yeah.
Astrocity. It has been gone for a while. It started at Wildstorm when it was at Image. Wildstorm got bought by DC, and now it's back at Image with this nice one shot. And I'm so ecstatic for folks to either experience Astro City for the first time or revisit this wonderful, wonderful series. It is basically just these wonderful, heartfelt superhero stories that really dig into the humanity of the superhuman, basically. And it does take place around this sort of shared city and universe. Absolutely wonderful. And they are finally going to be collecting. Let's do this now.
Yeah, that's a good segue. Right. Yeah, did you take both? Sorry.
So Astro City has not been in print at all at once, ever. But now they're going to make a solid run at it, and they can because they're at Image, and they can do what they want in these beautiful Metro books that contain two of the old runs. This has the original 6-issue run and the 12 issues that follow, including the Astro City half issue. One of these issues, when I was a young comics reader, I was told was the best superhero comic ever made. I read it. I fell in love with Astro City. It's absolutely wonderful. Now, if you're thinking, oh, that Metro book's really good and I've always been meaning to collect all of Astro City, well, why don't we sweeten this deal a little bit with some signed book plates? We've got a limited amount of signed book plates that will be in the first 10 copies of the Astro City Metro book number 1 that we will sell. So if this is something that interests you, it's got everybody. It's got Kurt Busiek. It's got Brett Anderson. It's got Alex Ross, for frick's sake.
We like that guy.
Yeah.
A lot of people like that guy.
Alex Ross signature. That's a hard one to get.
Mm-hmm.
So very cool.
A while. All right. I know. I love it. All right. Next up, I've got this open. Apparently, FaZe Clan is
something that we don't know.
An esports and gaming organization. So I definitely don't know about them. Not to say that they are not influential. I have a blind spot for sports and esports, apparently.
They have dubious people
No, that's fair. Okay, so apparently they join up with some of Gotham City's heroes. A new enemy has emerged, and the Dark Knight must call on the world's greatest gamers to help. Honestly, I think that's all you need to know. That's fun. This is a one shot, so it should be kind of silly bonkers, which, as we know in comics, is the greatest thing.
I do love silly bonkers.
Yeah.
Folks asking how to get their hands on some Astro City Metro book. Oh, we'll make that happen.
Yes.
Yeah. See, I did look into them a little bit, and yeah.
Oh, whoops. Sorry.
No.
They're like milkshake ducking as we speak.
I think more just sort of like toxic masculinity style.
Oh, so gaming.
I mean, our industry as well in a lot of ways.
Oh, yeah, not surprised. I'm just gonna post this one. Yay. So yeah, went back to Connecticut a week ago. Oh, that's a-okay. We are so happy that you even thought of us when you were in Connecticut. I think that's so cool. So thank you. That warms my heart. All right, I'm gonna switch things around, and you can talk about all the many hero-y stuff, and I'll talk about
I'm gonna talk about the boy stuff.
Yes, and I'm gonna talk about the girl stuff, which is a horror book and a witchy book.
Exactly.
So yeah, let's just stick to those genders. Why don't we? Those gender prisons. Yep, I meant prisons. Oh, speaking of my own hell. Pentagram of Horror. Good Lord. I'm doing really great with this. Okay, it's a new horror anthology with each issue being a standalone story. My Own Hell explores the anxiety, self-doubts, and profound desire for recognition endured by every creative. Oh boy. Yeah, okay. This should be a fun ride, full of anxiety.
I looked through the art because, sometimes Black Caravan, Scout has a range. Oh my goodness, is this book gorgeous?
Oh, these creepy.
It's got like this sort of like black and red motif, but then everything seems to be like outlined in this shocking white. Like all the images really pop.
Yeah, I like it. It's got like this nice tan, and I don't usually like tan, but the tan works here. So very cool if you like horror anthologies.
No spiders. You know this, Sean.
How dare you bring this up on my show? For everyone who doesn't know, I'm arachnophobic, so we have fun avoiding that in the comics with, characters like Spider-Man.
All right, we've got a 2 for here of X-Men's. Kieran Gillen's here taking on Immortal X-Men as one of the anchor books for the X-Line. Now, Kieran Gillen is focusing on the Quiet Council. If you've been reading the X-Men books, you know what that means. But if you haven't, think mutant Game of Thrones, basically. And that's kind of how this goes.
We also have short boxes with this art on it.
It's so good.
So if you like this art and you want to see it on your shelf every day, buy a box.
And for those of you who missed not Kieran Gillen, Jonathan Hickman doing X-Men's, why? There's a special little treat. A final piece of the Hickman run here, collecting in print the digital comic that they did for Marvel Unlimited, does a scrolly. So I can show you these pictures because it's been available for a second.
Ooh.
So it was one of those kind of webtoon style where you keep scrolling down. And I think the way that they put this together is actually really neat. So you get a look at kind of what they've been trying to do digitally over at Marvel with this. And you can tell that Hickman and Declan Shelvey are having so much fun. Much fun.
They should just make a comic that it's like a centerfold, like a sexy centerfold, except it's like 30 pages. So you open the flap and it's just.
I'm writing down that FaZe Clan there.
Yes. No, that would be so troubling. A quick aside, thoughts on the upcoming Moon Knight show. I am so excited.
It's tomorrow.
Yeah, so I don't know. We're gonna try to at least watch one episode, but yeah, the trailer just made me like super jazzed for it. Which like
Moon Knight.
I've never really been a Moon Knight person, but you know what? Oscar Isaac is just super talented that I think they could give him anybody, and he's like, I'm gonna take this, I'm gonna run with it, and it's gonna be brilliant.
I love it.
So, and I believe 6 out of the 8 episodes were directed by an Egyptian director, so there's actual representation.
Sweet. Yeah. I like it.
So not only am I excited for it, I know that we're going to be taken care of culturally.
I love it.
Yeah, I love that. No, I really only got into the Jeff Lemire run.
Cuckoo Bananas.
Yeah. So actually they re-released that in an all-in-one, and I was thinking of picking it up. So might do that because my file's getting low. I'm getting ahead of my file. He's not.
Oh, it got worse today.
Oh no. Is it just the single issues on the table, or is there more stuff at the store?
The Casanova volumes. I don't have the big hardcovers.
Oh.
I gave them to the store.
Yeah. That's okay. Now you have them again. We have so many books. Oh my God.
I have so many versions of Casanova. It is legitimately my favorite.
I love it. Oh wow. There's a lot of comments happening. One sec. Wait, did I even post Moon Knight was my jam? I'm so sorry.
I did.
Oh, thank you. I got a hell yeah. I still have to watch Legion. I've been meaning to. It's like,
I think it's on Disney Plus now.
Oh, okay, good. I hope so, because I just need everything to be streaming eventually, so I will get to it eventually. It's not a lack of excitement. It is the fact that I get excited and then forget it exists. No fault of their own.
There's so much. And also, once you get done a day of comics, sometimes you don't come home and you're like, you know what I want? Comics.
That's true. It is on Disney. Okay. Well, that's fair.
Sweet beans.
I like it. Thank you. I actually just found out that we have access to This Flag Means Death because we have the Crave plus HBO. And I know that's not comics, but I was just like, oh my God, I can watch it and actually understand what the internet's talking about. So, yay. But I don't have the time to watch all the TV I want to watch. Oh, Chantel. Hello, my darling.
It'll happen.
Yes.
Especially if you bug us to do it, because you can do that now.
Yeah. You can just talk about how great it is. And we'll grind us down. We'll watch Legion, a show we actually want to watch. So, hello. All right. I'm going to... Okay. So this one already looks amazing.
I'm going to be right back.
Okay. Get some water? Yeah. Okay. Season of the Bruja. Oop. There we go. Here's one cover. And here's the other. There we go. All right. Althalia. There's an extra L in there. Cabrera might seem like any other witchy Portland hipster, whiling away her days behind the counter of a freaky occult museum. But there's more to her whole deal than a trendy pursuit of the craft. She is a bruja by blood, the youngest in a long line of powerful magic users. From a long ago culture indigenous to Mexico. In her 20 years, she has studied with her loving abuela by her side, supporting and mentoring her use of the family magic, and protecting her from the darkest parts of their practice's history. But just as her inner light and power begins to shine, the darkness of the past finds its way into her world and strikes a tragic blow, testing her in ways she might not be prepared enough to survive. All right. It's a story about a young witch, so I'm already sold. The art is amazing.
It's so good.
Double sold. Oh, it's so good.
I'm a little shocked this didn't go direct to graphic novel, but
that's true,
I'm assuming they've got a good reason for it because like Oni puts out a lot of this. And so I think they think there's a larger audience than just the graphic novel audience. So really cool.
Yeah. Excited to read it. All right, let's close this window. Go back to this one. Who has time to watch TV? No one, but there's still so much TV happening.
Well, and you have children.
Yeah. We have one really big child. It's called Variant Edition. But you have 3.
Y'all are probably dealing with Coco Melon, I assume.
I don't know what that is.
It's okay.
Oh, is it something you know because your nieces?
Yep.
Yeah. Okay. You goof. Oh God. Oh yeah, there you go. You need that button. I'm just gonna roll my eyes. All right. You want me to talk about that one?
Yeah, do it up.
Okay, cool. I've got the Sensational Wonder Woman special, which I thought there were more covers of. Did we run out?
Yeah, we sure did.
There's so many covers.
People requested.
That's a-okay. This is the International Women's Day cover, so that's pretty funky.
Basically, this collects a bunch of the digital comics that DC was doing, and it kind of collects the last bits of from folks who were getting Sensational Wonder Woman. It's got the rest of the stories. Full on Paul Harvey up in this bitch.
I'm looking for like credits, and they're in the stories, but I like when they have the cast list kind of. Although it is pretty sweet. They have a Naomi ad, which I am also excited for, talking about television that we will have no time to watch, but we will probably try.
Absolutely.
There we go. Okay, tell me about Hulk.
Brandon Bate, baby. We've got Hulk Grand Design with Jim Rugg doing the good draw stuff. It continues Marvel's series like they did with X-Men and Fantastic Four, doing retellings of the history of these characters in an older style. So you get like the fake weathered pages, the different art styles, the whatnot, and they print it on this beautiful toothy paper that I'm so happy about. They got 3 covers. I personally like
Bless you.
The Marcos Martin cover, because Marcos Martin is the best, and of course you can't go wrong with Jim Rugg. This will kind of match up with the other side
which cover
of it
that you want.
So yeah.
Oh yeah, I forgot. I rolled across that the other day as well as I was searching for stuff.
Oh, and Double Fun. On Monday, DC finally rolled out their DC Infinite app in Canada properly.
Right. No one's talking about it.
So now you can Netflix your DC comics. 6 months from the past, they add stuff. But that reminded me because I loved DMZ as a comic. I don't have any of it anymore because Brian Wood is not a good person. But I started rereading it again last night, and my goodness, DMZ is about the United States that is going through a civil war with the free states and like propaganda and all this kind of stuff. Wow. It's hitting a little different right now. So you can read that with a free trial on DC Infinite.
Oh, perfect. Okay. Can you add Big Green Hulk face for Cam, please?
Big Green Hulk face.
Clap. Damn. He's like hypnotized me into that, and it's Sean, could I get a Wolverine Grand Design cover if any available?
Absolutely.
Okay, perfect. He's doing the notes. So yes, I know, finally. Because the best thing about like the Marvel app was they have so much out of print that it's all on the app. So I'm hoping DC will do the same thing. Obviously, it would be nice if everything were made in print, but that is more and more impossible with the paper shortages. So reading electronically is going to be probably the way to go in the future. We obviously still want you to, bring physical items into your home as a bookstore, but like there's access to something. If it's out of print, if it's, you can't find it in a used bookstore, you haven't seen it for 17 years, but it's on an app. Yeah, please go read it. That's awesome.
And between that too, books that you might not be sure about, like, I don't know if I'm going to like that.
Yeah.
You can wait. You can read some of the issues when they start coming out on the digital app. If you love it, graphic novels live forever, baby. So does the app. So
yep. Yeah, it's a good way to try. So not only the app, but we would also recommend your local library. We are pro library, big happy library people, where you can get like volume 1 of a graphic series, try it out and see if you want it to take up space in your home, which is what we do basically.
we take up space in your home.
Yes, we are moving in. I definitely didn't do that sentence properly.
We live here now.
We're moving in, so we'll see you later.
I was like, who's got this on hold? But it's me.
Oh,
I do.
Yeah. I was just gonna, I don't know. We'll split them up.
Yeah, do it up.
Okay. I love that you bought this. Did you bring this in for me? Because I love it.
I don't know what you're talking
I
about.
don't know. All right. So there's been a couple miniseries where Betty Page is working for the CIA and, solving crimes and meeting aliens and stuff. And I love them all. This one is a murder story.
A murder?
A murder! Stunning starlet Betty Page has signed on to a new, tastefully sensual fantasy film, shooting on a secluded tropical island. But when one of her cast members is murdered, everyone on this island is a suspect. Thank you. Who is the killer? What is the film's producer hiding? How do they get off the island? So I love a good whodunit. It is by the fantastic Carla Pacheco, who is just an amazing, odd human, and I enjoy that she is alive and with us. I think she is very cool, and she lives on a houseboat.
She sure does.
Yep. So I am very excited. Oh wow, nearly 40 covers. Are they in here?
Oh, probably.
Oh my god, they are. Go dynamite powers. Cookies. Oh, you've probably been doing the comments.
I did not put that up. I wanted you to see it first.
A cookie.
Yay, cookies.
Thank you.
Cook. This bitch love cookers.
We do say that in this house. Bitch is also a compliment in this house. So I think it'd be fun. Oh yeah. Like I only read the beginning of the Pacheco, but she's delightful. I love her Spider Woman.
Yeah, this is a Betty Page murder story, not to be
Yes.
confused with the Betty Page super spy alien fighting.
Yeah, it is different. I will say it's not in the same realm, but I like what they're doing with her right now. Like I like how they're using her as a character. They're just kind of throwing her into fish out of water scenarios, and I think that's really fun because the fictional Betty Page of the Dynamite universe is just
Of the Dynamite Betty Pages.
Right? It's the other DCU. Dynamite Comics universe.
I love it.
I'll reread issue 1 and then I'll let you know if that's cool. But yeah, I feel like you'd enjoy Pacheco nonetheless. I might talk you into her Spider-Woman down the line too.
Oh, it's so good. All right. This is a return, a brief return.
Oh, yes. Right. Sorry.
All good.
It was just the best sound effect in comics this year. She just Spider-Woman elbows
right.
a villainess in the boob, and the sound effect is boob. And I treasure that. I love and treasure that.
Boob.
Anyway, I'm so sorry. Okay, the oven. Talk to me about the oven.
Well, it's very uplifting.
Do you want some water?
I have some water.
Okay.
So this came out when the store first opened. I absolutely loved it. At House didn't have any copies available, but now they're shutting down. They're actually getting rid of some of their stock, and we have this back in stock briefly. Ozone depletion and dwindling resources have driven the human race into domed cities where population controls are strictly enforced. When a young couple goes looking for an anti-government paradise in the desert, they may have found more than they bargained for. And it says here on the back from a pull quote from Eleanor Davis, homemade jam and filthy Airstream trailers, hopes and babies and farming and drugs. The compromised utopia of the oven is achingly familiar. Goldstein tells a deft and subtle story in a harsh, hot world. It reminds me of my fears, and I love it.
think most science fiction reminds us of our fears. It's just some of that science fiction is feeling like a documentary these days.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. This is one I will publicly flog myself and say we were sent a PDF of this and I did not get to it.
Gasp.
So actually, I'm hoping that I might be able to carve a bit more time for reading PDFs. Maybe PDFs? I have the best of intentions. So this one is called World Class. It is from Maverick, which is a new
imprint from
imprint.
Mad Cave.
That's what. Thank you. Yeah. So like any smart publisher right now is getting on the YA graphic novel train and ride it. It's like everything I've seen coming out is just like so good. Like not just from Mad Cave, but like everybody.
Yeah.
Everybody is actually hiring people who know how to talk to like teens or kids if it's like a younger one.
Hello, fellow teens.
Yeah, they're not getting people like us to write about teens because like they do not know. All right. Football is a religion where Adrian, the Colombian cannon, Molina comes from. And thanks to his wicked right leg, he has a clear shot at the European Junior League. When a scout offers him a full scholarship to an elite prep school in London, the news seems too good to be true. His enrollment hits a snag upon meeting the team's star striker, Titan Evans. Titan is everything Adrian is not: rich, powerful, and dominant. Because of that, Adrian's anxiety causes him to doubt everything. But all of that changes the day Luciano da Silva, the team's star midfielder, takes Adrian under his wing and gives him the confidence to value not only his position on the team, but in the world.
Oh, Luciano.
Aw, see, I love it. It's like teens having anxiety and then being like, you know what? You're awesome, other teen. I love it.
Good times.
Yeah.
All right. Finally, Lucky Devil. It's from Mr. Bunaroo. Yeah, it is.
Oh, Cullen Bunn.
The Bunaroo. Cullen
Yeah.
Bunn. A down on his luck schlub is possessed by a malevolent demon. And just when he thinks things can't get worse, the exorcism goes wrong. And he finds that somehow he's retained all of the entity's supernatural gifts. After a path of revenge on all the people that have wronged him, he begins to gather worshippers and form a cult. But the legions of hell don't take kindly to this, and they send demonic agents to murder the schlub turned god before he gains too much power. Yeah, fun times right here. I like it. 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 Yeah, sometimes.
Oh, I'll have to go back and rewatch
Once
that.
I got to Luciano. Sometimes that happens when you're reading, by the way.
He's got great eyebrows. I gotta say.
The boy gives good brow.
Yeah. All right.
Well, all right, folks. That was a wild one. You know what? We weren't sure how the atmosphere would feel by the end, but we are going to do.
Yep. It's going to happen.
For those of you who don't know, we have a romper room segment with a magic mirror. Ooh. There's a lot of you out there.
Yes.
Very cool. This is when we look out at the end of our Tuesday show, our weekly stream, and we say thank you for being here. We see you and we appreciate you. And so I want to actually kick things off, obviously, by saying, hey, Vince, we see you and we appreciate you. Thank you for being around. Thank you for being you. And thank you for being a pillar of this community. Through all the bad, we will find some good together, basically. Hello. I see Eric. I see Brandy.
Hi.
I see Jonathan. I see Austin. I see Steph too, I think. She was around. I see Steve. I see Sean. Did I see Sean already?
Nope.
I saw Kate.
Yay.
Look, it's Kate. I see Rose. We see you. We appreciate you. Scroll. I see Tyson. I see another Austin. Double Austin.
Yes, that's
Double
awesome.
Austin.
From my BNI group. And I think it's Steve from my BNI group too. Could be wrong.
I see key plays. Thank you for checking in.
Got some extra comments.
I see Simone.
I missed Simone's comment. Oh my gosh. Hi.
I see Kingsley. I see the one and only Foley. Looking good, kid. I see Chantel. Hi, thanks for checking in with us. I see Cam. I did see Ben before, right? I see Ben.
Ben and Margaret.
And I see Margaret.
We got a couple new comments.
Ooh.
Yeah.
And I believe that's Dawn.
It's Dawn, yeah. I think it's Dawn. Hi, Dawn.
Hi. Either that or it's a little fuzzy. I don't know. And I see Darren.
Hey.
Thank you all for being here. The last few days have been a lot. Obviously not necessarily for us, but in kind of lesser degrees.
Yeah.
But know that as always, our community will do everything for you. Always. If you ever need anything, definitely reach out. And we always say that it doesn't have to be about comics, of course. It can just be if you need some personal time, or if you need a space from which to vent. Our store and ourselves are available. So thank you all for being there. And there's Deb there too.
Hi.
It's a little fuzzy because I don't have the mirror to focus, but I'm pretty sure.
We see all of you and we love you so much. We couldn't have done any of the last 7 years without you.
Absolutely. So thank you all once again for joining us today and for joining us in the future. We hope that you all stay safe, that you are thinking about yourselves and taking care of yourselves. And we will talk to you all again very soon. Bye.
Bye.